In this video, I'll be sharing some art ideas for toddlers with low vision. Hi everyone, it's Carrie from Live Accessible, and if you don't already know, my son is almost 2.5 and he has aniridia just like me. So he's visually impaired. When they're this young, we don't know how much exactly he sees. But one of the first things that most toddlers learn are crayons, but because of his vision, it was really hard for him to see. I tried really hard to engage him with crayons because it builds hand strength, it helps for learning colors, and all those other reasons on Baby Central and Google that, tell you how your baby should be developing and everything, and just don't listen to those. Honestly, little Pablo did a lot of things late, but there were things that he actually did earlier. Kids are just going to learn in their own time, and sometimes it's going to take 18 months, and sometimes it's going to take 2 years, and sometimes it'll take longer than that. All kids are just different, and so try not to listen to those. And this is something that I had to learn myself. By the way, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We do videos on technology, tips, and encouragement for people who are blind, visually impaired, or their sighted supporters. Consider subscribing and hitting the bell for more videos like these. I hope that some of these tips and ideas will help other parents with children that have low vision. Because he wasn't doing well with crayons, I was looking for another solution, and one that I found were oil pastels. I played with oil pastels when I was younger. Little Pablo really enjoys them because you don't need to push it down on the paper as hard as you need to with crayon, and it still makes a darker mark than crayons. It might be a little bit messier, but we have the Crayola Kids hexagonal or octagonal oil pastels. He just has a blast with that. And now he still tries to scribble with the crayon. And now that he's older, he's able to, push down on the paper harder and make a darker mark that he can see and enjoy. But especially in the beginning, the oil pastels really helped him. And they're really vibrant colors, so he really enjoyed that. Another thing he enjoys that I don't so much is paint. He loves paint because, it's so bright and so colorful, and you do finger painting, you can do it with a brush. It makes a huge mess, which he loves to do. And if he had his way, he would be painting every single day for a couple hours a day or something, I don't know. Paint is so good because it has such a high contrast with minimal effort, especially when toddlers are starting out. When we first started out with a paint, one of the mess-free activities that we did was I put a piece of paper inside a Ziploc bag, and I put a couple drops of paint in there and taped it onto a table or a surface. And so little Pablo just used his finger and to spread the paint around, and he had a lot of fun with that. The biggest thing is contrast, especially with low vision. I've noticed little Pablo, especially when he was younger. Now he's getting a little bit better at it, but when pictures or colors are just too close together, or they aren't bright enough, it's harder for him to engage or have fun with it because it's harder to see. Another thing is size. Sometimes bigger is better, but there comes a point where bigger can actually take away. So I tried to print out some really big letters for little Pablo, and he just didn't engage with it. And he didn't engage with really small letters either. It was somewhere in the middle, and sometimes it takes a little bit of experimentation to find out what's better for your son or daughter. And that's the thing. A lot of these ideas and tips may be different for your child because everybody is different and everybody's vision is different. Kids are going to enjoy different things as well. Markers is another favorite of little Pablo, and not so much mom's favorite because marker is hard to get off. It might be washable, but that doesn't mean that it's easy to take it off, and it can be messy. So it's something that really has to be supervised because, at least for my son, he loves to look at that tip and sometimes he'll like get some marks on his face or on his hands because he's just curious about what the marker is and how it works and everything. He likes normal markers, but he also likes dry erase markers, and he has a lot of fun erasing everything. Little Pablo also really loves pieces of foam paper and different color felt. He loves doing all kinds of things with them, including just playing with them by itself, but also cutting out different things. We've made a landscape that has different types of textures, especially with kids that have a visual impairment. They really enjoy different types of textures, so I've bought different types of cloth or felt or foam, and then we make different things with different types of textures, and you can also use things like foil or sandpaper or anything pretty much. Why should a bunch of stuff or like have glitter, any information but that can be pretty messy. You can use different beads. You can also use used clothes like sweaters or jeans that are old. Things that, you know, either you're going to throw away or donate, you can cut them up and do some art with them. You can also use things around the house like milk cartons or bottle caps or toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls. You can do so many things. A lot of it is just being creative and just finding ways to have fun together. And that's the most important thing. Our kids might not be able to see as well as other kids, but they're just like any other child. They can have just as much fun. So what kind of art do you guys do with your kids? Little Pablo and I are always looking for new things, and I would love to hear from you. And if you guys want to share art ideas or share some pictures of things that you guys have done with your kids, you can email us at carrie@liveaccessible.com, or you can share it on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook with us on Live Accessible. And I would love to see it. Show it to little Pablo. I'm sure that he would love to see that and ask mommy to do the same thing. So definitely share your ideas. We'd love to hear from you. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos on how you can live accessible. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next one.